Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about this thick stack of documents here and what this means about my health. Hello everyone. I'm dressed and ready to go out the door to the gym, so I thought I'd make this video about the health journey I've had and where I'm at now from about 15 or so years ago. I started having all kinds of health problems about 15 years ago. I grew up on a farm. I was very healthy. I always had fresh vegetables. It was a family farm. We weren't like a nationally known farmer or anything like that, but I was never ill. I always had really good health growing up. I moved away from the farm and then I started my own life, of course, and then my health started going downhill really in my early 20s, but it ramped up in mid 30s, I would say. So that's about 15 years ago. I'm just over 50 years old, and I never even thought I'd make it to 50. So the fact that I made it to 50 and surpassed 50 is a reason to celebrate, and is also a reason to share this with you all in hopes that somebody listens to my journey and realizes that they can turn their health around, but it takes some dedication and it takes work. So first of all, when I started having health issues in my mid 30s, I would say, I met a doctor. He was a family doctor and he was a solo practitioner. Now that is super hard to come by in my area. At the time I started seeing him and I was suffering from migraines and all other kinds of health ailments, which we don't need to go into, but he helped me eliminate foods. We went through all kinds of food lists, and doing so helped me realized that there were things I was intolerant to or allergic to that I didn't know previously. So one of the things was gluten. Another thing was soy. And we started the elimination diet. My health did improve. It took a couple of years, but it did improve. In addition to that, I stopped eating sugar. I have been sugar-free except for natural sugar. Okay, so I have been sugar-free, which means I don't eat cake, pasta, cookies, anything with sugar. I don't eat. I don't eat candy. For natural sugar, if I have some cantaloupe, say, that has natural sugar, but I don't eat white sugar. In eliminating sugar and eliminating gluten and eliminating all of these things that I used to enjoy and love, my health got back on track very quickly. We have a gene mutation in my family, and it causes heart problems. I have had many family members go into surgery, an emergency surgery, because their heart fails and things happen. Bad things happen when the heart fails. Okay. I look at my life like, I can't even believe I made it here today. I had a family member pass away at 40 from heart disease. So it means the world to me to be able to sit here and say, I was able to change my life around. I was able to change the course of my life around with changing my diet, changing what I ate. There are a lot of people out there that probably don't realize the ill effects of sugar. I always ate sugar, always, right up until I couldn't eat sugar anymore. And if I knew then what I knew now, I would have never started eating sugar, ever. But at a young age, I was fed sugar in a bottle with milk. I guess that's what they did back then. I don't know. But I was told that they would give me a bottle and they'd put sugar in it. So from birth, I was drinking sugar. And there's people out there that will say, oh, sugar doesn't do anything. That's a myth or whatever. Well, for me, it did. It ruined my health. It was a contributing factor in ruining my health. Of course, there's other things that went along with it, like, not everybody has food allergies. Not everybody has intolerances. So some people can tolerate sugar. I couldn't. Some people can tolerate gluten. I can't. So there's always that, aspect of it. And everybody has their own health journey. But if I knew then what I knew now, I would never eat the way I used to eat. Today, I'm on an oxalate free, I call it an oxalate free diet, but it's truly a low oxalate diet. I try to limit any oxalates in my diet because they trigger health problems in me. And I only found this out a year ago when my health problems started ramping up again. and I could not figure out. Now, part of that was extreme stress. I was under a lot of stress at my job. However, I had no idea what an oxalate was until I started finding out about it and the health problems it comes with your kidneys and oxalates. If I knew then what I knew now, I wouldn't have all these medical records. I wouldn't have had all the surgeries I've had. And I wouldn't have been so sick. I'm doing great. I go to a gym. I work out. I'm able to do things that I couldn't do before when I was sick. I got tired of being in and out of the hospital, having surgeries all the time because my health had failed. But this is a success story. I turned it around. If you are struggling with health issues, my message is, first, look at what you're eating. And there's a lot of diets out there. You know, there's carnivore, there's keto, there's paleo, there's all kinds of diets out there. The low oxalate diet is an in-between. It's between carnivore and keto. It's its own thing. I've tried all of them at one time or another to get my health back on track. But food elimination had great impact on my health. It had a great impact on my lifestyle, and I'm able to do things today that I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. My health was so bad at one point that I didn't think I'd be here today. So the fact that I'm standing here, I want to share this news. I want to share this with people to let you know that you can get healthy again. There are certain organs in your body, once they're ruined, you can't get them back, like the gallbladder. But there's other organs, like your liver. If your liver is suffering because you eat a lot of sugar and you have a fatty liver, guess what? You can reverse that. The second part of this is if you are eating a lot of sugar and you want to cut back and you realize, well, maybe that's what's contributing to health problems, start an exercise program. And you don't have to have a vigorous schedule of exercise. You can walk on a treadmill. You can join a gym, walk on a treadmill, use some weights. You don't have to do it alone either. When you join a gym, there's usually someone there that will help you through this journey. Or you can pair yourself with a buddy. Personally, I've been going for so long, I like to go alone, and that way I can put my earbuds in and escape the world and just do my workout. But I understand if you haven't gone to the gym, you may hesitate to go. You may not feel comfortable exercising in front of other people. But everybody there is there for the same reason. And everybody there is supportive. That's been my experience going to the gym. The other thing is, if you can't get to a gym, you can just do basic exercises in your own house. Get your body moving. Once you start getting used to that, do it in front of a mirror. Eventually, you're going to see, hey, I don't look so bad doing this. Maybe I will join a gym. And once you join that gym, you're going to see your health improve even more. Eliminating sugar, eliminating foods that don't make you feel well, whatever they may be for you, and going to the gym will only contribute to the success of your health. I do want to make a couple more quick notes here. When 2026 started, this year, I started a gym goal. I went in January a few times, but what happened was I got the flu and I was sick for 2 weeks and I couldn't go to the gym. So now I'm getting back on track. But the point of this journal here is so that it keeps you accountable to yourself. There is no one else in this world that's going to force you to go to the gym. The only person that can force you to go to the gym is yourself, and you have to be driven to do it, and you have to want to do it. But by creating a goal and having a notebook, a gym notebook, you can write down when you go, and it will make you feel good. It will make you feel good about yourself, that you had a goal and you stuck with it. In addition, I used to keep a food journal. I don't do that anymore. But I always kept a food journal, and I wrote down what I ate during the day. And what it also did was help me stop eating as much, because I used to eat a lot and I didn't even realize it until I started writing it down. And when I wrote it down, I was like, I eat all this every day? Couldn't believe it. So having a goal and having a notebook to keep as your accountability partner will keep you on track. I wish you all health, and I hope that this touches somebody out there that may be suffering or may have had chronic health problems like I did, and sees this and says, wow, I do eat a lot of pie, because that was me. I lived on pie and ice cream and cookies. So if you're watching this, there is hope, and you can heal. Your body can heal, but start today.